Hey everybody, good morning. Cloudy morning, so nice and coolish, relatively speaking, compared to what it has been. Uh, since I'm not hanging out over at the splash pad, staying cool, I thought, let's hang out with you. And hanging out is the subject of the day. We're going to talk about camping opportunities in the Quartzsite area. I've got maps, but first let me just read you this little blurb up at the top here, and then I'll start showing you stuff. Free short-term camping, not to exceed 14 days in a 28-day period, is allowed in some areas, which I will show you. In order to stay on public land longer than 14 days, one must move at least 25 miles away to another different camp. Uh, Camping is free in the following areas. We're going to start at the top. Oh, oh, bloody wind, I'm telling you. See what we can do with his hand. Okay, so starting at the top, we have Plumosa Road. That is about, oh shoot, mile marker 115-ish, so 6-ish miles north of town. It is an expansive area. You come in on Plumosa, and it's pretty easy to spot the sign. There's another big brown sign for Bouts Community Park that way as well. So you're heading toward Baus, which is a cute little town. Oh, this way. The first 3 miles are where camping is allowed. And then after that, it's squiffy. People do camp all the way to Baus. There are some areas in here which are actually not BLM. It's Forest Service or something like that. So they don't care. So my recommendation, this will get crowded. Keep going. Keep going. Find a nice quiet place off the road where you can't be seen. Get comfy. Um, the next area we have is High Jolly right here. That's just another mile out of town, give or take, maybe two. Uh, every time, well, not every time, but a lot of the time that I drive by there, getting from point A to point B, because that's how you get to Parker, uh, it smells of sewage. I would not stay there. I really wouldn't. It's tiny, it's crowded, and it's stinky. So keep going up to Plumosa. And this is where a lot of groups have events. So, you can find parties and all kinds of stuff up in the first 3 miles if you want action. Otherwise, quiet is up that way. So, moving up, we have Skadden Wash. This is where I was staying before I came to the LTVA. So it's just right outside town. I mean, here's town. There's our main intersection where I base you off of for everything. And so it's just boom, right there. This here is the 10, Interstate 10, whatever y'all call it. Um, and then this is the 95, Central versus Main, which is just off the 10. Okay, there's also down here Roadrunner. I mean, yeah, is it that one? I don't know. I'm looking at this in the reflection of the screen, so I'm not really sure. But I think that's Roadrunner. So another place just south of the LTVA. And what the heck is that? Hang on. Oh, duh. Uh, Over here is Dome Rock Road. It's got a lot of camping out there, and it can get congested just off the beaten track. But if you go off the beaten track, you can find more camping. And nobody was harassing anybody there last year. Who knows what this year is going to be like? So those are your free camping options. 14-day limits. Um, you know, eh, there is some wiggle room there. Just saying. Because in the past, nobody gives a shit. And if they don't care, I mean, I take advantage of that because so help me, setting up camp really fucks me up, and I can't keep doing that every 2 weeks. So, well, this year I'm paying for LTVA, and it's worth it. Let me flip this over and show you the LTVA. And in this town, if you get songs stuck in your head, you're going to have the village people doing LTVA the whole time. As you're driving north on Main Street or on Central, when you get past Main, you have 2 streets in a row, sunrise, sunset. So if you're a fan of musicals, you might have that song stuck in your head. There's other stuff I've seen around here. It's just so you're warned. Okay, this map here is the LTVA. Now, it's really hard for me to see this, so pardon the top of my head, but what we got is town right up here. This is 10. So the bridge that we cross to get into town and get to our main intersection is right there. But we take everything to the south here, and just a half a mile down over the bridge, you're going to come to, pardon, I got bugs, come to north and west. They have little entryways with gates, not gates, but little shacks where you check in. That's where the hosts are. So if the flag is up, that station is open. You can get your tag there, your permit. Or you come down just past mile marker 102, so you're about 2 miles out of town, and you get to Tyson and south. Now you have had the grand tour of Tyson from approximately here and over to south. I took you to the dump stations and dumpsters and water place, so you've seen this area here. And my camp is somewhere in this area. They do list the restrooms, but ours is not on the map. So I'm not exactly 100% sure where I am on this. But that is a shitload of room up here in the LTVA. Now, west, if memory serves, reference. Yeah, west does not have any vault toilets. So you have to be 100% self-contained, which is at least a 10-gallon black tank. And if you have that, you're going to have to know where the dump station is because those require dumping. So, hello. Just the slightest breeze, but it's foobarring me here. Okay. So that was, get my bearings again. So, and we got north over here. It's not a bad area. It's pretty quiet as far as I can tell. But if you want to be really close to all the action, you want to be on this side, on wet, well, if you can, no toilets at all. But over here is where they have the big tent show and the RV show and all that stuff. So people will be parking along here, just walking over. Make sure my bearings, yeah, because got a bug driving me absolutely bloody bonkers here. Yeah, Kewen Street, where one of the shopping areas that I showed you that was absolutely empty and should be filling up with tents and a market and stuff. Back behind that is where all the touristy, snowbirdy stuff happens. So the big tent, which has everything, every vendor you can imagine for stuff for your RV. And if you're a nomad and want to do a summer camping host camp work, the beet harvest or camp hosting, or you've got amusement parks you can work at. Thing is, you have to be self-contained. So I couldn't get a job. I tried my first year out here. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to get a job so I can earn some money because I was broke as. And they wouldn't take me. Every single place I went to turned me away when I said, I am not self-contained. They said, keep moving. I'm not talking to you. I don't understand what is the difference between a dump station and a dumpster. I can take care of my shit. It's not like I leave it all over the place. I'm house trained. I'm not going to make a mess, but I was just turned away flat. Don't even bother. Goodbye. Really? So there is that aspect. I mean, there are jobs out there that don't give a shit what your rig is. I didn't find them. So do your research before the big tent show. If you're coming out here to find a job, talk to a lot of people. Find out how they got their jobs, what companies they went through, and if anybody gives a crap what they have to crap in. Okay? Just warning you. Alrighty, so South also has some fun areas back up in here. That's kind of, I think, where the magic circle is. There's a labyrinth, I believe. There's a number of labyrinths out and about in the desert. Some are in Ehrenberg, but it's worth, if you like to do labyrinths, it's worth looking them up. They're on your Google. Everything out here is on the Google. It's insane. Hippie Hole, it's on Google. That's over on the Colorado River. But I hear it's been taken over by tweakers, so I don't know if I'd want to go over there. Just because there's a river doesn't mean it's a good place to hang out. We got a splash pad. Who needs a river? So there's your basic camping options, all the free ones around town. You cannot set up camp or pull over and just hang out in town. That's not cool. They don't want you camping or sleeping or boondocking in town. There's shitloads of land out here. We can use that. So be cool. Get the heck out of Dodge before you put down your stakes. Let's see, what else do you need to know about camping out here? If you're not at the LTVA, you're going to need to use the waste transfer station. Here, let me flip this map around because I can show you where it is. Ugh. Okay. So, heading up north out of town, gosh, and I'm sorry, I'm not even 100% sure if you even get as far as High Jolly. It's on this side of the road. There is a tall, those big things that send out signals. Yeah, the tallest thing out there on the left as you're heading up the road. Look for that, and your waste transfer station sign will be right there. Get to know the hours because they have summer hours, they have winter hours. There is also a transfer station in Baus, which you go up to Formosa and you head that away. It's, what is it, like 17 miles or something like that, maybe more, I don't know. But it's a nice little drive. It's a cute little town. They also have a transfer station. Their days are all week long. You have somewhere to dump, eat one or the other. So get to know your dump hours because it does matter. You're not dumping your stuff in town. You're not looking for any old dumpster that isn't locked. That's not cool. If everybody did that, this town would be looking like, New York during a garbage guy strike, So do not dump your trash in town. It's just not cool. Take it to the frickin' transfer station. It just takes a couple of minutes. The guys there are really nice. If you've got something really heavy, they'll be like, "Oh, can we help you with that?" And it's like, "Sure, hey, yeah." So it's a piece of cake, and you get to chit chat with the people next to you, throwing their crap away, and it's a social occasion as well. So get to know the hours, put them in your phones. You can always say, "Okay, what the heck day is it today? Got to go to Baus." It's not all that bad. And Baus has some things going for it. They've got a cute little old cemetery up there. I mean, some people were 20th, or, in 2020s, but most of them are really old. They're covered in lots of different stone. I believe I have done a video on that, if I'm not mistaken. So, go back in my videos and look for my trip to Baus. And they also have at Christmas time a really awesome. There's one old couple. They do their entire yard, and they have a big old shed. They do that every surface is Christmas up. And in the shed area, they've got stockings and gifts for the kids that come and visit. And it's all free. You can drive through, you can walk through, you can take the kids in there and get them a stocking and a toy or something. This couple is just amazing. And from what it sounds like is she does all the setup and then he tends it after she's done. I think that's how that worked. But that's something to see. So I'll be dragging your butts out there for that this winter. I didn't get back there last Christmas to shoot it, but we'll get there this winter. So let's see. Yada 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 yada. Yep, I do believe I have covered pretty much everything. Oh, neat. Yeah. High Jolly is at mile marker 112. I didn't realize I had the mile markers on here. And then Roadrunner, which is south of us, is at mile marker 99. That's handy. But I had to ask for one of these. They didn't give any handouts this year. It's just, okay, next, money, ID, da, 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 da. Here's your sticker, here's your receipt, next. And so I had to ask for this. There are better maps for the LTVA because it's more than just this. We've got, like, I think 3 or 4 other ones, south and west. And I wanted to tell you about those, but I can't at the moment. I've got to go back when they're not busy and see if I can get more handouts for you. But for now, yeah, that's your camping around. It's amazing how many of these little dirt roads that we have out here are on GPS. They are named. It's these guys rode something, 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 something. Who knows? I don't use my GPS out here. I know where the heck I'm going, but you're gonna need it. But just know that you can't always get from there to there in a straightish line. I mean, come in here, we got to go yada da yada da yada da yada yada da 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 da. That's the bumpy way. Or we can go the smooth way, which is further down, and then you look and look and look for the exit because you can't really remember where it was from 2 years ago. You finally find it, and then you got to come all the way back. Or there's a long way behind me as well that involves a lot more doopity 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 doop and a tree that will hurt other people's solar on top of their higher vehicles. So it's a matter of finding your best way in. There's always a way to get where you want to go, in theory, but just sometimes it's best to get out and actually just walk. I frequently do that when I get to a new area. I'll just pull over and take a stroll and see what the heck is out there, what my options are before I start driving blindly in. And you need a good leg stretch because you've been driving for a while. So take a walk and see what your options are. So there you go. There is camping in the area. If you have any questions, give me a holler in the comments because y'all know I read these comments. I respond to these comments. I am taking notes on stuff that you've requested, and as soon as I can get it nailed, I will put those videos up for you. I'm here for you because I'm here, and if you're coming out here and wondering what the heck is it going to be like, what are the newest things? We got some new things too. So now that I've got my magic clamp, I'm going to strap this bad boy to my dash later and take you for a tour of some more new things in town because they keep cropping up. Yay! So I'm going to wrap this one up and then catch you on the next one, probably with a tour of town unless something else pops into my head. Yeah, so I will catch you all down the road. No normal, no behaving. Get out there, have fun, be as weird as you possibly can because that's what makes fun fun. And I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Shutterbug out.